I was really pulling on that bad boy. What a cool saw. That is definitely up there, one of my favorites for sure. Hello and welcome back to the Novice Lumberjack, where I finally got the time to go ahead and mount this pipe on Hellboy, my Shindaiwa 757. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I bought this pipe 3 years ago, I think, maybe 2, off of Dub. And I just now got around to making it work. This is a CPI pipe. If you want to know more about them, you can look them up. They sell these pipes on eBay and everything. And it's built for a 372 XP Husqvarna chainsaw. Well, I modified the mount right here so that it would hook up to my Shindaiwa. I have it, what I think is pretty well tuned in. I got it tuned in on the small stuff over here, and this will be the first time hitting the big stuff. The chain that I'm running is just a Oregon EXL that I have hand sharpened. And nothing special at all. It's just a regular basic hand sharpening. And so far, what I can tell you is it's pulling really hard. So this pipe, again, wasn't meant for this saw, but it seems to be working out really well. The 372 71 cc's. This right here is like 73 point something. So it's pretty close. You know, I know it's not perfect and everything, but let me show you how she runs. Do one more. Put it in the little wood. Exhaust bolts came loose. I was hearing something do a rattle and stuff. Those exhaust bolts are just loose. Hopefully it didn't strip anything out. Probably not. Hopefully not. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Oh man. The bar was made by Indiana Doug. These are acid etched in, so they're not going to come off unless I sand them off, or some serious wear and tear. I was really pulling on that bad boy. What a cool saw. That is definitely up there, one of my favorites for sure. I went ahead and I put this bar wrap on. If you watch the channel, you'll know that I have a full wrap for this thing. However, I decided not to run it for this pipe. I've been wanting to take it off because I'm just not a failer. I don't fail, you know? So the full wrap is just completely useless for me. So as far as speed of the saw, man, it feels fast. I mean, it always felt fast. It's a good, strong saw. It's a good build. I like it. I'm happy with it. It favors higher RPM, but not too bad. I did have it dynoed, and it was very disappointing at the dyno, and we didn't have time to tune it or anything, so it was just whatever I ran it. But even still, even best case scenario, it was pretty close. I think it was like 7.4 horsepower, which for that saw, it surprised me. It wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be, and it was disappointing, but you know, it's still fast. I mean, I've got proof it consistently would beat my 592 XP, a lot of other stuff too, you know, and so it's undeniable. It runs great, whatever the horsepower is or not, but definitely that pipe spiced things up a bit further. No doubt about it. Man, that's a cool saw. I love it. Whoa. Freaking killer, man. Hellboy. Yes. So as far as that bar goes, if you guys want a bar like that made for you for one of your saws, I don't know how much work Indiana Doug does, but I do know that he has a little side hustle of it going on. I think don't quote me on this, I think it's $100 per bar. You send him the bar and he does it, but I'm not certain on that, and I'm not certain he'll do it for just anybody. This might just be something he did for me because we're buddies, you know. But anywho, very happy about that. The 757 still has it's always flooded really easily, and then it also has like a reoccurring loss of spark. I've not been able to figure it out. I haven't really tried. I just suspect it's the exciter coil is going bad or gone bad, or there's loose connection, whatever. But I don't think that actually plays into the flooding issue. Anyway, so if you don't get the starting procedure perfect, you know, it floods it out, and that could be just because I had the low setting set way too rich. The jets on that carb are about to fall out. It's got more airflow than that carb can really support with fuel. So like they were almost at full 4 turns out. So the saw needs a bigger carburetor. But you know, whatever. I mean, once you pull that spark plug out, dry it off, pull the engine over a few times without the spark plug in there, and put it back in, and it'll fire up. So it's just it'll flood out on you if you don't get the starting procedure perfect. But yeah, that thing's fast. The thing to do now would be to test it against my 365 extra special gas race saw that I have. It's a race saw, but it's on gasoline, and that was built by Copsey, who's no longer with us. So as it is, that by a pretty long shot is the fastest saw that I have. I don't know, my 2100 might be able to keep up with it if I get the sprocket checked out right. It's definitely got enough power to, it just pulls it really low in the RPM range as it is. But the point of doing this with this saw, putting that pipe on there, is, you know, I show up at race classes and they've got a 5 cube saw class, piped class, and you can't run a non-piped saw in those classes. And even if you could, I don't want to. I want to run a piped saw. And so I was like, I got this pipe, I got this saw that runs pretty good. Let's put them together and see if we got some magic. And I think we got some magic. Is it going to win any 5 cube classes? Shit, no. But is it fun to play? Yeah, it's fun to play, man. And I really dig that saw. Since the very first time I started it and ran it, I was like, man, this thing's awesome. I like the way it feels. They're kind of big, but not really. They're for a 73cc saw, you know. They're kind of heavy, but again, not really. You compare it to a old school 372 XP, the original edition, I think they're pretty on par with everything. Also, it has the puck style vibration eliminators. You know, just the rubber pucks is all they are. And I find that a lot of times I like that because the saw feels more solid, and I like the solid feel, just plain and simple. But regardless of whether it's going to win any races or not, it's freaking cool, and I dig on it. And with that pipe on there and the bar, it looks great. Imagine what it would do if I actually put my race chain on it, you know, and maybe definitely go ahead, and it's just got a 7-pin sprocket. It'll definitely be able to pull an 8 or a 9 without any issue, I believe, especially cutting in small wood. So yeah, race chain, 9-pin sprocket. We're ready for glory. I dig it.